Hey guys, how's it going? I'm Geek here. Hope you're doing well. Today, I thought I have some free time at the moment in the afternoon, so why don't we do a quick little update video on these two here. And yeah, it's been quite a while since you've seen that and that. Some things have changed, unfortunately. Not a lot of them, not for the good, but we do have some good news. So, why don't we do it like this? We'll talk about each one separately rather than two together, because that will just make things confusing, and I don't really have the space to run them. I don't really want to do what I did last time and use my Mac as a table to put a laptop on. So yeah, let's set them up properly and then I'll go through what has changed. Okay, so starting off with the Latitude D610. Yeah, if you see that little charge icon over there on the right that's blinking green and red, you might know what's going on with this thing. The battery in it has finally kicked the bucket. And, I mean, it is kind of my fault for that because I let it sit for so long, but it was already only lasting for around 30 minutes or so. So, yeah, not great. But, oh well, we still have a charger at least. And if we turn it on here, we'll see another issue. And go F2 into the BIOS. Yep, our stupid little CMOS battery has died. And that is really annoying because it only lasted 9 months or so. I think it maybe around 10 months, not even a full year. So yeah, and it takes a stupid little connector as well. So I think I'll just try and rip out the old one and wrap the little points on. What am I saying? Wrap the little two contact points that's on the battery to a new one, and it should work just fine. So yeah, now I have to set all this up again. It now thinks we are in what is it? Yeah, battery is totally screwed, as you can see. But yeah, it thinks it's at 2005 now. So let me fix all this up, and then we'll go into some testing, because that's the whole point of this video. And now that we have the other Dell set up properly, we can do a bit of a comparison. Ooh. So yeah, let's do that. Okay, so as usual, I'm gonna do it the normal way that we test our laptops and things on this channel, and we're just gonna show you how it operates on the web. Yeah, I'm lacking on a bit of sleep, so that could be why I'm a bit lost for words. It does alright, and I actually did, I don't know if I mentioned this in the original video I made on this, but I did end up using this thing as my main laptop when some classmate absolutely, well, bumped into me and made my laptop here have a broken screen, which is why it's a half top now. Still runs, just yeah, doesn't have a screen anymore. And this thing didn't do too badly considering it's an 18-year-old and now a 19-year-old laptop. I mean, I was able to do online office work like usual, since it has Wi-Fi, and it does have a very nice keyboard, although this one is a bit dirty or something. It's got a few sticky keys. But as you'll see here, it won't really do too well. And I don't know if I can add any extensions to MyPal, like regular Firefox, but
hey guys, how's it going?
yeah,
Hope you're doing well.
you can hear the speakers working.
I thought we'd have a look at this
Yeah.
old HP that I got recently
Let's
for
Let me go to a part where we can actually see some movement or something.
This is a HP
You know what?
Pavilion
Let's open a different video.
A65.
Oh no, it runs at
60, I think,
360p.
because they got a very funny naming scheme for
Very
this era
laggy.
of
But yeah, definitely not something that is definitely not the snappiest thing ever. What can I say? It has only a Pentium M, and only like it runs at 1.86 gigahertz, and it's got 2 gigs of RAM, and that's about it. This one is not the fancy model with the Radeon graphics. I think the Radeon mobility graphics or something. It has as an option, but yeah, quite laggy. Anyways, get out of here, man. Get out of here. Let's try doing some benchmarking on it. Here we go. Here's Nova bench. Just a quick thing before we start. I thought I'd show you this cool thing. Got the Dell quicksets and other UI type things installed here, so that's quite cool. At least we have some sort of originality to it. Yes, okay, fine. Let's see how it goes. Very twitchy little thumbstick, point stick. Not as good as the ThinkPad's point stick, but no doubt about that. It's going through pretty quickly with this, so. I don't know if it's gonna do very well for graphics, as if you can read that, it says 915/910 GML graphics, which is some of the worst graphics available. It's probably worse than the graphics that the Intel Atoms came with, the GMA 950 or something it is. But yeah, the other Dell also has that graphics as well, so yeah, we're gonna see some true performance. Oh yeah, what is that? 17 FPS. Oh gosh, that's terrible, man. Oof. Minus 50%. I did have to do a cleaner install of Windows XP because I bugged up an alignment partition tool thing, and it just screwed everything up. But yeah, that's our score. We got a graphics score of 2. Oh my goodness, that is terrible. The CPU score is pretty good, 106, not too bad at all. And this RAM score is not that good either, even though we got 2 gigs of it. And I'm surprised our drive speed is so terrible, considering we have an SSD in the thing. But I guess, you know, IDE things. But well, let's try some games. Alright, so we have Mafia as usual, and this is running at 800 by 600. Can feel the heat out of the back of this thing. It is quite warm. Now I will turn this down to the lowest, also, and I'm running at 800, as I mentioned, 800 by 600 rather than the native resolution of 1024 by 768, just to give it a better try. I do not expect much out of this thing, especially considering what we saw a bit earlier. So yeah, let's skip through this. And let me skip a bit more, and then I'll show you how it does. Alright, here we go. And you know what? This is actually quite playable at low. I mean, we're not getting full 60, that's for sure, but definitely still playable, no doubt about that. Get in that pole. Ha! Lol. Yeah, not bad at all. I will mention this thing is getting already pretty warm, so yeah, thermals aren't the best on this machine, even though I did strip it down entirely and put some new thermal paste and all that stuff. So, oh well. Let's go on to the next game. What? I just got a warning saying that our display driver stopped working. I think I gotta restart the machine. Oh dear. Great. Looks like, this thing just blue screened. Oh my gosh, old computers, man. This is the third thing that's bugged me lately this week or something? Great. Right, time to see if I can get it back running again. Jeez, that freaked me out a lot. I'm so glad that it's okay. Oh gosh. If that thing meant the end of this Windows XP install, I would have been insanely pissed because, as many of you know, it takes a long time to update these machines, and yeah, it gets quite annoying. So yeah, right, on to the next game, as I was saying. Jeez. Okay, so we got San Andreas on here because Half-Life wasn't wanting to work. Well, what can I say? Old computers being old computers. And I'm gonna do this at the lowest, at 800 by 600, I think. We're not gonna go any lower. Let's turn that down a bit, I think. That'd be safe, right? That should be fine. Now let's go back and start. Skip. Okay, wait, let me skip this. There we go, fine. Again, invert. Oh my goodness, invertedness. Let me try turning off the frame limiter as well. Yes, turn you off. Okay, that did not change anything. Yeah, this is playable. It's not too bad, I must say. Definitely not the smoothest gameplay we've seen, that's for sure. Yeah, but yeah, it does better than that old Dell system that I have, the Dimension. I'm not talking about the 3100, I'm talking about the old 8200, 8300 that we have. And yeah, I think if I turn the graphics a bit more lower or something, it would do better. I would show one more game here. I had a lot of games installed on my on the previous install, but I haven't had the time to get everything installed again. I would try this again because I have a joystick, and the last time I ran it ran pretty good. So yeah, if you want to see more games on this thing, let me know. But for now, let's get out the other machine because that thing I'm more proud of right now. Okay, so I'm only showing you the startup for one reason, and that's because we finally have something that I've been wanting to do. Oh, come on, get out of here. There we go, yeah, so we've got XP on this thing, finally. It is not the factory image, unfortunately, but if I can learn how to use those silly semantic ghost images, I will happily put it on this machine. But here we go. Set on the brightest setting. That was odd. That's weird. The color just changed as well. The screen on this thing is so much more vibrant than the one on the Inspiron, the Latitude over there. And I don't know why, but it's got a bit of a red tinge to it. So let me just restart it and see if it changes. Okay, so restarting that didn't make much of a difference, but why don't we go here and just see how it does usually, and then on the web and stuff. But I will say I did use this thing on when this thing had Vista on it. It was not the most fastest experience, but I think it's doing perfectly fine now. It is so much faster and more responsive on XP than it was on Vista. Surprise, surprise. But yeah, quite odd. Wi-Fi. We all had a big fiasco with the Wi-Fi thing on this thing because I'm sorry, the Wi-Fi card on this thing. It was not working on Service Pack 1 or Service Pack 2, but it's working on Service Pack 3 for some reason. There were lots of drivers online that weren't working at all until I put Service Pack 3 on it, which is very odd. I don't think this thing came from the factory with Service Pack 3 on it, so no idea why it wasn't working on the earlier versions. Oh dear. Oh, never mind, it's connected up there. Can see down there. It does take a long time to connect up, start up, but otherwise, as you can see, it's pretty snappy. And this thing is not the fastest compared to the Latitude, because this thing only has a Celeron M running at 1.3 gigahertz, as you can see there. Yeah, this is going to be a great experience. Let me skip forward and let it load the video. Okay, so I got it loaded up here. And just like the Latitude, I also got the quick set applications installed here. And it's more interesting on this machine, so I'll have to show you that quickly afterwards. But yeah, I can turn down the volume and it will show the UI once it's loaded up. Jeez. Come on. Wake up. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty responsive when I change the volume, so that's good. Video wise, this thing is horrid. Although we are running up 480p, let me change that. I did not mean to go full screen. Whoopsie daisy. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Jeez. Gosh. I honestly feel sorry for those of those people who actually have to suffer with these things to this day. Oh yeah, it runs at 240p. Yeah, not the best video experience, that's for sure. But yeah, let me just show you that application quickly and then I'll put an overbench on it. So yeah, here's the kind of management software that Dell provides on these machines. It does not look the same as I mentioned on the Latitude, but you can change a whole lot of things here, and you can mess with your Wi-Fi, your hotkeys, display settings, and yeah, lots of cool stuff there. You can see all the RAM and stuff this thing has. I did update this to the latest BIOS. I don't know if I mentioned that before, but so that's cool. It's all running much better than it used to, so that's good. Now let me install an overbench on this thing because I totally forgot to do that. There we go. That didn't take long. While this thing runs, I will mention a few things with the graphics on this thing, because on Vista I could not get DirectX installed, but now that we have that installed, we can have a whole lot of games on this thing. So that is epic. I was trying to run ETS on that thing on Vista, and it just couldn't run because it didn't support DirectX wasn't working, so I had to use OpenGL for whatever reason, and it struggled so badly. But yeah, I think it's gonna get a pretty low score, maybe in the hundreds this time, thanks to the very slow DDR RAM and that's CPU there. GPU score would probably be the same, but could be worse. Let's skip forward a bit and see what happens. Oh, 12, 11 FPS 10. That is even lower than the than the Latitude. Oh my gosh, that's nasty. Oh, nice. I wonder if we're gonna get better hard drive speed though, because this thing is running an NVMe. Nope, never mind. A graphics test score of 1. Oh my goodness. CPU score of 74. We got 109 last time, I think. And RAM is pretty much what I expected it to be, so yeah. Not impressive at all. That is really, really bad. And yeah. Let's thank our glorious 915 graphics here for that. I don't think there's no way I can change any of the settings to be any better, so that's not good. Yeah, oh dear. Right, enough of this. Let's try and torture it with some games. Okay, so here's Mafia. And we're running at 800 by 600, which might not be enough, to be honest. And hopefully should be okay. Hopefully it won't crash like last time. Okay, so here it is running. And you know what? It is not too bad. I mean, it is slightly worse than how the Latitude was doing, which is to be expected. We are running on slower RAM with a slower CPU as well, and it's a lower amount of RAM, which means less VRAM for the GPU. So yeah, that's not great, but oh well. What can I say? It is not doing it. At least it's not a whole stuttery mess. We could probably turn up the graphics a tiny bit, and it should be okay. But yeah, on to the next game. Here we go. Last game. Half-Life didn't work, but I think that's more related to some sort of something wrong with the copying or something. It just didn't work at all for whatever reason. Yeah. Let's just check we are on the right settings. This thing is feeling much warmer on the surface than the Latitude did feel like. Turn that off. Turn that, was it on low I think? Yeah, let's put that on low. And go back and start the game. You can see I have finally invested in a DVD drive. This didn't really help with the install though. I had to end up converting my XP disk to work on a USB drive. My goodness. Yeah. So I guess in some way it was kind of waste, but at least we have proper programs on this, and now we can run other stuff on it. So that's cool. And this thing will be useful to use on other machines. Okay, that was just, yeah. But it actually feels the same as the Latitude. I'm surprised. This thing is, I don't know, yeah, basically the same. It's quite surprising. I honestly thought it would be an absolute starter show, but He has proven me wrong.
At least it was before I fucked it.
But yeah, so that's cool. Time to wrap up the video, I think. It's been a bit too long already. So that's it. We've finally got both machines running pretty well, although this thing is running a bit worse now, to be honest. Gonna have to see what's going on with it, but yeah, I'm so glad that we have this thing, the Inspiron 2200, running how it should be. And now that we have a way to put media on it properly through discs, again, that is epic. So yeah, if you guys have stayed for this long, I really appreciate it. And yeah, that's about it for this one, guys. As usual, nobody's forcing you to subscribe in typical Utmost Geek fashion, but the option is always there. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one, guys. See ya.